I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Woo! Siesta Key, we're back! Oh my goodness! So excited! Season 3, episode 9. This episode was insane. You guys, I'm your host, DJ. Unfortunately, Allie couldn't be with us tonight, but we'll see her back next week. And I'm here with my lovely co-host, Ebone Chatman.
Hello.
What's up, girl?
What's up?
Oh my goodness, a lot of things are up on this episode of Siesta Key.
Up and down.
Up and down, literally, honestly. Okay, so many things happened on this episode that we need to unravel, but this episode opened up with Ish and Madisson, which was interesting. It was interesting seeing Ish.
Yeah, he's back in town.
He's back for a little bit. Unfortunately, he has to go out to Canada for another few months.
But I'm glad to see him in the episode. I'm glad to see that Madisson got her little Ish fix, you know?
Oh, yes, he did. Okay.
Little Ish fix.
Yeah. Even though there's a lot of things that need to be fixed in their relationship, sadly.
It was a terrible trip, but okay.
Yeah, honestly, okay. So it opened up with them finally getting together, dates going well, and then Ish pops the big question.
Honestly, though, I thought, what did you think was in that box? Because I thought it was going to be a key to the house.
I thought it was going to be a ring.
Yeah.
That's why I was just like, whoa. Okay. And I knew he was going to pop a question, but I thought it was going to be like, oh my gosh, is he really about to ask her to marry him? And I'm like, but it was just a necklace, so that was good.
I know. Cute. It was like all that anticipation for like, wah, wah. I thought her reaction to it was like, oh, thanks, so nice. Yeah. Like, right? I think she was expecting something
maybe
more.
A ring or a key, yeah,
right.
Probably.
Something else besides the necklace. And he made it all dramatic, like, I got something for you in this box. Like, just give it to her.
It was a small box for that long necklace, right? I thought it was supposed to be like, they definitely know what they were doing. They were trying to trick us to think it was a ring or something. But either way, it was a necklace. It was gorgeous, so good for them. And then after that, he pops the big question, not to marry him, but asking her to move in with him in LA. What were your thoughts on that?
Doesn't she already live in LA? Didn't she move, right? Isn't she moved to LA to be an actress and is just here for the summer? So I'm confused on why it was such a big deal. Like, oh, LA, don't you already live there?
I guess, yeah, she lives there, but I guess now living with him, actually
that's different,
living.
But I mean, they made it sound like, oh my God, you're moving to LA. It's like, you already moved to LA. It's that's not that big of a deal, is it?
Nah, it's not that big of a deal. But her moving in with him, now that's
a big deal. Yeah. I mean, I just feel like the relationship is moving so fast.
Seriously.
I feel like they haven't been dating that long. It's been whatever. They said, what month it's July, because it was 4th of July this weekend. They've been dating for maybe 4 months or something.
Yeah, it was definitely less than 6 months.
Yeah, it hasn't been long. And then you're going to ask her to move in with you, and you already know that the parents don't approve. So that's not a new factor for you. So the fact that you would do that without even consulting the parents, and then you kind of gave her the backbone to be like, you're an adult, you can kind of do what you want, and I'm here for you, and I would love for them to approve, but you can do what you want to do, right? Yeah. And then for him to kind of flip the script on her at the end of the episode, I kind of was very thrown off by the entire thing.
I was thrown off too. It's I feel like there's so much conflicting going on between him and her. Like you said, he's saying to her, oh, you're grown, you can make your own decisions, this is our relationship, not theirs. But then at the same time, I mean, I feel like they both, especially Madisson, but him too, her family's approval is everything at the end of the day, because it's a big thing, if they're going to move forward in their relationship, you have to have the family's back, otherwise there's going to be problems. But for him to ask her to move in, yeah, I personally thought that was too soon, too much too soon, because again, like I said, her family's important, their opinion and everything, and for them to already have an issue with that relationship to begin with, and then now they're trying to rush things, it's going to make things even more complicated.
But I think the parents obviously have a valid point, right? Because at the end of the day, it is about thinking through your future. Right. So if you're but I do understand being young and wanting to just be impulsive and act and just move in with your boyfriend, and that's normal, and I get that too. But it's cute when you're 24 and 25 and you do this, not when you're 23 and 46.
Right.
Okay,
exactly.
It's like completely two different spectrums, two different ideas of like what life is. I've never heard them talk about children. If Ish even wants kids, I don't, you know, we don't know. But I just, as a parent, you're kind of like, okay, you're doing too much. You're getting too serious. And I think they see it kind of as like, he's taking her away and like locking her up with the key. Like, I think that's how the parents feel, you know?
Exactly. And it's interesting because in that date that they had, after he brought it up of moving in, she mentioned that her family was going to come to visit her sister and her parents. And then he was just like, oh, I would like to see them. You know, he would actually wanted to see them again. And even Madisson was just like kind of thrown off. She was just like, oh, are you sure that's a good idea even after all that's happening? And he's like, oh, I don't want us to hide away from your family, you know?
And he's giving her the confidence to be like, I have your back.
Exactly.
So the fact at the end of the episode when he decides that he's going to break up with her, I was kind of like, what did you think he was thinking? Like, what do you think he was thinking? Like, why would he do that?
You know, honestly, after they met up and stuff, like the family, and after that went down, you know, when he brought up the idea to them, her family, for her to live with him, and obviously that went left. We all saw that went left. The father, even the sister, Paige, who Ish was heavily relying on Paige at least to have their back, but she was just like, no, that's not happening. So after that's happened, Ish was just like, okay, I don't know if this is really going to work. Ish wasn't really thinking things through because obviously, you know, it's the beginning of the relationship. They're all happy and all that. I don't care how old you are. You know, when you're new in a relationship, it's exciting. You're not thinking things through. But then reality is really hitting, like all the issues with the age gap, but not even just the age gap, but everything just moving forward. Because things are going to naturally, I feel like for Ish, happen fast because he's at a point in his life where he's moving in that direction. But then Madison's still young. She's in her 20s and she's still trying to figure life out. You know, she may think that she's mature and, you know, I feel like out of the group, she is kind of the most mature person. But then again, it's like she still does have some more growing to do. So there's just a lot of conflict there. But we are definitely going to get into that. Before we get into that, speaking of growing up and being mature, we actually see them reunite with Brandon. Brandon and Ish actually talk it out. They hash things out, and Brandon makes the move to apologize. What did you think about that?
I thought that was great. I thought that was a really big move for Brandon. Brandon blew up the last time we saw him with Ish. So the fact that he was able to kind of like be grown and express himself and say like, okay, you know what, be man enough to apologize. I love that. And that they were talking, they seemed to have a lot in common, and it was, I think obviously everything's better when everyone's getting along. So I liked it. I was like, go ahead, Brandon, with the maturity.
Right?
Okay,
good for you, Brandon. Oh my goodness. You know, he's maturing since last season. Good for you.
Right, since last episode. Okay,
yeah, that too. That too. They're all maturing and going backwards at the same time, but whatever, we'll get into that. And even at that party that they were at, Alyssa and Chloe were talking, and that conversation was interesting to me because that's when Chloe was telling Alyssa about, you know, Alex and Juliet's 6-hour phone conversation. And then Alyssa, we already see that she has concerns with Alex because obviously Alex has that reputation. I mean, who wouldn't be concerned? And Alyssa was asking Chloe for advice on just how to deal with Alex, because I think with their relationship, it's interesting because I like Alyssa. I mean, I don't know how you guys think or how you think, but I actually like Alyssa. I think she's definitely mature, and I think in a way she's bringing out the best in Alex. I don't know if you've seen that, but I really feel like Alex in this season particularly is slowly maturing a little bit when he's around Alyssa.
Only because he has to. The thing is, like, I love Alyssa. I think she's a really no BS, no nonsense type person, and I think that's the best. You know, with Alex, I feel like he almost needs like a mom figure. Yeah. And I'm not saying like a mom, like, you know, but I mean like someone that's kind of like checking you, checking your moments, like a little bit of micromanaging. Like I think he needs that because you give him too much of a leash and he's like all over the place. So Alyssa's able to kind of like reel him in and be like, you know what, actually I'm not feeling what you said. I'm not feeling this vibe. You lied to me about this. I'm feeling uncomfortable. And he has to address it. And the thing is, every single time someone addresses something with him, he always backs into a corner and blames the other person and never takes responsibility. But I like that she still continues to stay on him to be like, no, like, don't get mad at her. Don't get mad at Chloe.
Exactly.
For telling me the truth. When you needed to be
mm-hmm.
telling me the truth. Really, that's what the main problem is. Don't be trying to put it on Chloe. Like,
mm-hmm.
the problem is you need to be talking to me.
Exactly. I feel like in this episode with that situation, everybody's kind of at fault here. But then this is where it started when Chloe and Alyssa were talking. And that's when Chloe revealed that, oh, before Alex spoke to you at that last party in the last episode, Chloe actually said that she was the one to tell Alex to talk to Alyssa.
See, now this is where I have a problem with Chloe, okay?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Because you're messy. You're messy. I just want to let you know, like, you did not have to tell Alyssa that you prompted him to tell her about Juliet. You didn't have to do that. And I feel like it was just like a way to kind of like tease information out of Alyssa or see if what Alex told Alyssa was matching up with what she knows. And it was just like messy. Like, if you're gonna be Alex's friend, be Alex's friend. Like, stop trying to befriend the girlfriend and then being like, no, she's my friend, and claim her as your friend. And it's like you have no loyalty. I talked about this before. You need to pick a side. If you're going to be Alex's friend, then you just let Alex tell Alyssa what he's going to tell her and be over it. And there's no girl code because you're not even friends with Alyssa. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just... it's so, okay, obviously everybody knows I'm Team Chloe. And, you know, even just looking at it from two perspectives, from a reality, like a viewer perspective, obviously as a viewer, I want somebody to call somebody out on their BS. And, you know, obviously Alex has a lot of BS that needs to be called out on, and Chloe does that for me and for him and all that. And I love it. But then when you're in the situation, I understand it's like, yeah, you have to pick a side. But then looking at through like Chloe's point of view, you know, it's tough because knowing who Alex is, and he screwed over so many women, so many girls' feelings have been hurt because of him. And, you know, what is Chloe to do? It's
don't be his
code.
friend. No, don't be his friend. If you feel that strongly about someone that you're hanging out with,
but they got history as friendship, though.
It doesn't matter. Like, if you, this is my thing. If you have a strong opinion about someone to where you don't like the way he treats women, right? You don't like the way he's treated you in the past, because let's not forget, last season you guys were in a whole argument for most of the season, and he was calling you all types of names and being all types of crazy towards you, right? So it's like, if you don't like the way he treats women, you don't like the way he treats you, because he clearly doesn't, like, isn't respectful and can't take responsibility for himself like a child, then don't be friends with him. It's really that simple. So don't act like, oh, Alex, I'm just calling you out on your mess, and then I'm going to get mad and walk out. No. Like, I'm trying to have girl code. No.
But then again, I don't even think it's all Chloe that tries to be like friends with his girlfriends, because it's in this situation, Alyssa was asking Chloe for advice. And I feel like Juliet did the same thing too.
Because Chloe put herself in a position to be asked for advice. You get me? Like, if
it's Alex's best friend. She knows Alex's deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah, but this is my thing. This is my thing, right? I have a best friend, a guy best friend. He had a girlfriend for like 2-ish years. When I tell you I've only met the girl twice, okay? And it was very cordial when we met. And even with my other guy friend too, like his girlfriend, it's like, I've only seen you twice. And it's friendly. And it's, there's no beef. It's just, I don't need to become your best friend because you're dating my friend. You get me? It's distance. It's a respect level. Like, I'm going to let you handle how you handle it. I'm not going to be involved in it at all because it's none of my business. You get me? So it's like, I let you live your life. So if you want to call me, you call me. If you don't want to call me, you don't call me. If you don't, like, there's no, like, I feel like the expectation and the standard changes when your best friends of an opposite sex now have a significant other. Like, you now need to, like, release the reins, right? Like, if they're single, do you all day long, call them, text them, when they have a significant other, you got to back off. That's how I feel.
There's boundaries. I get it. I understand. I agree. But obviously, Chloe does not know those boundaries. And it ends up backfiring once again. Oh, girl, Chloe. Oh, my goodness. When Alex finally confronts her. Now, this situation, this just shows how immature Alex is. You know, after Alyssa had that conversation with Chloe, she then took it back to Alex, and we saw that, you know, Alyssa confronted Alex about it. She wanted him to be like, oh, why didn't you say that Chloe was the one to tell me about this? Because Alex made it seem like he took the responsibility or he took the initiative.
Right, and he did it.
And he did not at all.
Right.
So eventually, and then this is when Alex started getting heated and mad, and then like you said, he's the type of person that deflects. This is exactly what Chloe said. Those were her words: deflecting last season. He likes to deflect the responsibility or the blame to Chloe. It's always Chloe because, you know,
she's always in some mess.
She is always in some mess, yes. So, sorry, Chloe. But it is what it is. And now Alex is getting mad, like right in front of Alyssa. And this is what I love about, this is one of the things I love about Alyssa, her maturity. She's just like, don't get angry with Chloe.
Exactly.
You know, just take some responsibility. Alyssa in that situation wanted Alex to be like, just admit to his wrong, admit that, oh, I should have done this.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like when you're in a relationship, friendship, or boyfriend, girlfriend, it's like you want someone that's going to just take responsibility. Like,
exactly.
Forget about how it came out. Forget about who told me what. Like, did you say this? Did you do this? Like, own up to it and let's move on. Like, I don't want to have to sit here and try to, like, play detective. Like, I already know what it is, so just admit to it and let's move on.
Exactly. I agree 100%. I agree with you. I agree with Alyssa. And again, this is why we love her. So now, of course, Alex can't let it go. And then, of course, he has to put Chloe out on blast.
In front of everyone.
In front of everyone, which is, again, very immature, Alex. I'm sorry. If you have an issue, especially with your best friend, pull her aside. Don't embarrass her in front of everybody, because then it totally, like, backfired. I felt so bad for Chloe. I felt like everybody was attacking her out of nowhere. I mean... Amanda, out of nowhere. And I think, and you know what it is? The reason why Amanda stepped in was because what Chloe had mentioned before about JJ, because we now see Amanda and JJ have been getting a little closer. I think they're trying to rekindle their relationship. Oh, goodness. But then Chloe was the one to remind Amanda what he did to her 5 years ago. Right. So she was just, I think, and that's the thing, and this is what Alyssa mentioned too in this episode, is that, yeah, Chloe does have a habit of meddling into people's relationships, but it's coming from a good heart. She's looking out for people. It is. Even though it is messy, it's always going to be messy when you're trying to look out for everybody. Again,
but that's the thing. You can't look out for everybody. Like, everybody is not your friend. And that is my point. Because it gets messy and it gets crazy, because there's going to be secrets and things that are going on. And you can't just be out here spreading everybody's business. This is my thing. Chloe's in everybody's business because she doesn't have any business of her own. Like, who's talking about Chloe? Nobody, because she doesn't have anything going. Like, get you a man. Get you a man and you will stay out of everybody else's business. Because I swear to you, when you're invested in someone, because everyone's been coupled up for the most part. Like, so far, in 3 seasons, we have not seen Chloe with a significant other, a love interest, nothing. So she's always just been in everyone else's relationships. But I'm saying, like, once you get into your own, you're going to be connected in a different way to that person. So, yeah, you're going to let them get away with a few things you wouldn't have let them get away with. You're going to let them say some stuff. You're going to let them slide back in the DMs. Like, it's just human nature. It is what it is. So she needs to find some of that so she can stay out of... I know.
It's like, I would say that too. But then again, it's like if Chloe ends up like all these other people that are getting all coupled up on the show, then she's going to get in some crazy drama of her own and deal with the cheaters and having to share her boo with everybody else. Like, I think she might be
find a new man somewhere else.
I think she might. I mean, we don't know for sure because we're only seeing it on TV, but I'm sure she's got, you know, somebody or two.
I think she does.
You know,
she does.
Like off camera. So it's like Chloe's doing her thing. She's just keeping her dating life private, I think. So good for you. But you know, what else is she going to do while she's on the show? Of course, she's going to meddle into everybody's relationships. Right. And honestly, I live for it. I really do. Because I love the drama. I do. Just call everybody out. I love it. So continue to do you, girl. So yeah, like I said, it backfires and Alex calls her out, asking her, oh, are you part of this group or are you team Juliet? And then Chloe then backfires and calls him out on, oh, why aren't you making it official with Alyssa? So that's when things get crazy, and that's when Amanda gets involved because Amanda's already kind of mad at the fact that she had 2 cents the JJ and everything. So it just went totally left. And you even saw Alyssa trying to calm Alex down and just like, oh, don't. It seemed like Alyssa, even though she could have done a better job having Chloe's back, but she did try.
She did.
She did try.
Yeah, I mean, there's no fault on Alyssa's part. I'm here for Amanda. I don't necessarily like her energy, but I'm fine with her calling Chloe out because I just feel like it's just none of your business.
I don't know. I feel like Amanda could have just been like, you know.
The thing is, like, the situation is so much bigger than it needs to be now. So it was like, you said what you said to Alex. Alex said what he said to you. He didn't tell you the truth. You found out the truth. Going to meddle again, right, with Juliet. Right. So now you know. So it's like the mystery is over. So there's no need for you to continue to stir it up when you already know what it is. So if he chooses to lie to his girlfriend, let him lie. She'll figure it out soon enough.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. But, you know, Chloe eventually leaves. She leaves the whole trip early.
Isn't that nice to just go on and book a ticket the same day? I was like, must be nice.
Right? Did she
about-
even buy her own ticket? I bet Alex bought it for her. Who knows?
I know. But I mean, if you already bought like a way there and back, and now you just hopped your flight early, I mean, that's like a $200 or $300 like difference that you have to pay to change your flight.
Right? I think I would
Must be nice.
I probably would have actually stayed, but just maybe gone somewhere else away from the group. But I mean, that's just me. I'm not rich like they are. But
Right.
We'll see. But yeah, so it went left, and that sucked for Chloe.
Oh my gosh, but let's not forget. Okay, let's not forget that first of all, they're in Georgia. That was the quickest trip. We didn't see any planes, any suitcases being packed. Yeah. It was just like the next thing they were in Georgia. I was like, oh, I'm so confused. Like, who's in Georgia? Who are the people that were in Georgia? But so Jared is in Georgia, and let's not forget his little love interest.
Right.
Okay, that was cute, but they were hooking up. Wait, you
were
guys.
they though?
Or not? Okay, because he had apparently too much tequila, and it was not going down. It wasn't going down.
He was blaming it on the alcohol.
Right.
Was it really the alcohol, or was he still thinking about Jessica?
Oh, you never know. Probably.
Shoot.
Probably a little bit of both.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I love Jared. I really do. And I really do hope he finds his happiness or whoever it may be if it's not with Jessica. I was hoping that they would rekindle something, but even they both agree that they're just no good for each other. So it is what it is. But yeah, this new girl, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure about those two, actually. I mean, they just met and they're really rushing things. But then again, I don't know if it's going to be actually a serious thing that develops. But I guess we'll stay tuned for that. Either way, I just hope Jared's happy and hopefully he can resolve his little issue that has going on. But we'll see. And moving on to other news. There were two parties going on at the same time. So it wasn't the Georgia party on 4th of July, but it was also the Siesta Key party. That's where everybody was, except for Juliet, which was interesting because she actually thought Alex was going to be there.
Right.
So that's why she didn't go. But
I thought it was responsible of her to decide to work instead.
Yeah, I mean, she already took like 2 weeks off to go to Greece. So, I mean, she might as well work that holiday. Just saying. But yeah, afterwards, after that trip, that's when she met up with Chloe. And that's when Chloe was telling her everything that went on, how she left the trip early because of everything. And then, you know, Juliet... In that scene, that scene was happening at the same time that Alyssa and Alex were talking about it. They were both kind of like talking about what happened, that incident. You know, when Juliet and Chloe were talking about it, Chloe was telling Juliet everything that happened, and they came to the conclusion that Alex does have feelings for Juliet. I mean, everybody knows that.
And I think Alex even admitted it.
He did.
He was like, I don't want to be with her, but I've been with her for 4 years. It doesn't just go away overnight.
Right.
And like they just broke up 4 months ago. Don't you think it's a little soon that he's asking Alyssa to be his girlfriend?
That's what I'm saying.
And like, don't you think it's annoying that she was pressing for it though? She was like, so what are we doing? Blah, blah, blah. He just broke up with somebody 4 months ago. So what can you be doing?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like every relationship is just moving a little too fast for me because like this is happening within just like 2 to 3 to 4 months.
It's a summer. This is all happening in one summer.
It's got to be summer. The summer vibes. I think people just feel a type of way when it's summertime, and it's just
true.
like
I don't think Alex is ready to be in a relationship.
He's never ready to be in a relationship, honestly. But it's like in this particular situation, he still has feelings for Juliet. He knows that. He admitted it. Even Alyssa knew. And I didn't know like they were going to agree to be officially together. When Alex was just like asking Alyssa to be his girlfriend. I was surprised that Alyssa agreed right away. I thought she was going to be like, I think we need more time to kind of figure this out. And for you, I think Alex needs to kind of sort his feelings out. Yeah, okay, obviously we're human. Feelings don't fade away just overnight. But I think, again, with time, they will. And I think he needs to kind of sort that situation out because, you know, it seems like the drama still continues with him and his feelings with Juliet, and then Chloe's involved. And it's just a lot of back and forth. And Chloe's in the middle, obviously, as always, between Juliet and Alyssa and Alex. And it's tough. It's really tough when you're trying to figure out where Chloe's loyalties really lie. Because, you know, after that crazy trip, she's hanging out with Juliet, dishing it out, everything. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I guess we'll see.
We shall.
On the next episode, next season, I have no idea. So that happened. And then, let's see. Even Alyssa, yeah, like I said, she mentioned that Chloe's coming from a good place with her meddling. And I think with Alex, though, I think one of the reasons why he gets the way he is, what I mentioned before with Alex, I feel like he's different in this relationship because he's really protective over it. And he even admitted it to Alyssa. And because we all see it. I feel like Alyssa is like the one for him.
Only because she just doesn't allow herself to get mixed into the drama. Like, I think everyone else was kind of like fair weather friends where they kind of just were like, the wind blows, they're over here, and then the wind blows and they're back over here. Right. So it's like, it was hard to like keep track, and then, you know, they're like, Alex, you lied, and then Alex lies, and then they believe the lie. And it's like, she doesn't do that. She's like, no, you were lying to me. I'm not here for that. And I'm letting you know that doesn't work for me. So it's it's like a boundary. Exactly. That he's now not able to like cross.
Exactly. And that's what I like about Alyssa. I think the way she just carries herself in these situations, it's very different from Juliet. Because, you know, I mean, I love Juliet, but she's very emotional.
Totally.
She's not, I don't think she's capable to date somebody like Alex. Because like you said before, Alex needs somebody that's always going to continuously like check him. And that's what Alyssa does. And I think, you know, I think this relationship could work once, you know, they figure everything out. I mean, eventually it will work because they'll have to. But, I mean, I'm just saying. But yeah.
I mean, we could talk about it. We talked about it already. She's pregnant.
Well,
so
yeah,
she's
pregnant.
Know.
We all know. So obviously they're going to work it out. They're still together. So good for them.
Yeah.
And now we're getting to the end of the episode after all that, going back to Madisson and Ish's conversation, which was just out of the blue. But with everything that happened, it makes sense. Do you think, you know, we all know Ish broke it off after, you know, he was having second thoughts about her moving in. And now he's also having second thoughts about the relationship after the family kind of was just like, okay, no, this is not going to work. The age gap, everything is now actually just getting super, super real. And Madisson was just like, oh, I don't care about my family. If this is what I want, I want to make my own decisions. Why won't anybody make my own decisions? And she's really upset about that. And so Ish decides, okay, you know what, we need to break it up. And I feel like that was good on Ish's part, to be honest. I mean, we all saw this coming, right? What did you think about that?
I just thought it was like shocking. I don't know. I didn't think at first he was breaking up with her. I just thought it was like, okay, like we're gonna not move in together. So like we'll still stay together, just not move in together. And so yeah, so when he was like, we need to break, I'm done with this, I was like, what? Wait a second, I thought you were just in love with her like 2 days ago, and now you don't want to, like, I was just, that's why I'm like, I don't understand his motive.
That's the thing. I don't think he really wanted to have a breakup, but he did initially wanted a break, but then Madisson was just like, oh, breaks always lead to breaking up. So, and I think that's where ultimately it was going, because it seems like, you know, the reason why he's having second thoughts, he even said, was because, you know, her family's just not with it. And obviously he's now feeling emotionally affected by it. So it is what it is. I do hope that they find some common ground and hope they work it out. But let's get into predictions for next week.
Okay, yes.
Your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
I feel like Madisson and Ish, since we ended on them, I don't feel like it's over. I feel like we can't just like this can't be it. You know, that was like such a weird. We barely got to get to see him in that, like, in any of the episodes. We barely got to hear anything about their relationship, like pregnancy scare and blah. But it wasn't. I didn't get enough. I want more. Right. I want more.
Same. And for my prediction, this is going to be tough because a lot is happening, but I know in the next episode, Robbie and Alex are obviously going to be seeing each other, and I think something's going to go down. I don't know what they're going to be fighting over, but obviously
Juliet.
It's definitely going to be Juliet. Why? I don't know, because they still have feelings for her. They're not over it, so it's a Juliet spell. But, yep, those are our predictions, so we'll see. I'm excited either way. And you guys can follow us on social media. I'm DJ. You can follow me on social media, Instagram at DJ_Beaulieu. And Ebony, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Ebone Chatman 12.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for our episode next week. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.